Good evening. It's been the elephant in the room of British politics for the best part now of 20 years. Yes, dare we even use the word immigration? For goodness sake, don't mention it at dinner parties in Notting Hill or Hampstead, otherwise you'll never be invited back. But I think I had a fair sense of this as leader of UKIP, that something fundamentally was changing in the country without a conversation. Indeed, in 2015, I led the party into an election manifesto in which I said, immigration has driven down wages and led to job losses for British workers. We should employ and prioritise British workers. I proposed an Australian-style point system, a moratorium on unskilled workers, and an absolute desire to start training British people for jobs that we were relying upon lower paid migrants for. I even dared to suggest that immigration and rising population meant longer waits for GPs, worse traffic on our roads, and a near collapse of public services. Well, I can tell you, in 2015, for my trouble, I was called every name under the sun. But fast forward a few years, and here was Sir Keir Starmer today addressing the CBI.
But our common goal must be to help the British economy off its immigration dependency, to start investing more in training workers who are already here. The days when low pay and cheap labour are part of the British way on growth must end. This isn't about Brexit. All around the world, business is waking up to the fact we live in a new era for labour. And while they're adapting, our low growth model is holding us back.
Well, yes, of course, I agree with absolutely every single word of that, even if I doubt his sincerity. But contrast that with Robert Jenrick, Cabinet Minister in the House of Commons, 2 weeks ago, answering this question from a Labour Member of Parliament from Bradford East.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. According to the Home Office's own figures, of the total accepted and rejected visitor visa applications, just under 20% ended up as rejected. Yet when it comes to those of Pakistani and Bangladeshi nationality, these figures suddenly, dramatically and unexplainably rise to 30%. So does the Minister really expect us to believe that there is no racial or religious bias at the Home Office?
Minister.
Well, the honourable gentleman is completely wrong, and that is a baseless slur on my officials at the Home Office. All visa applications are based on objective criteria, and I would add that there were in fact 303,000 visas and permits granted for family members in the year ending June 2022, which is 61% more than in 2019. So the Home Office is granting record numbers of these visas, and we do so in an entirely objective fashion.
Well, there you are. How bizarre. We have a Conservative Cabinet Minister boasting in the House of Commons that record numbers of people are coming in. 61% increase since 2019 for family reunions alone. 1.2 million visas issued by the Conservative government last year, let alone the absolute chaos in the English Channel and their reluctance to do anything about it. And here's Starmer, as I say, sincere or not, talking tough. Remarkably, a piece of polling published yesterday by the Evening Standard by Ipsos asked, which party do you most trust to deal with immigration, the Channel, asylum? Labour got 33%, the Tories got 21%, for the first time in decades, other than the short UKIP blip. It is now the Labour Party that are most trusted to deal with immigration,